Hello learners, welcome in online classes. I am Sarvan Sukla once again in front of you with a new chapter of Geography, Air. Before starting the video, I would like to say subscribe this channel, press the bell icon and share this video among your friends. Now let us move towards the topic air. It is very essential for all living beings. Without air, we cannot survive on this planet. Students, can you see the air?
No, sir.
Can you feel it?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely right. It is present around us in invisible form that is called atmosphere. Actually, the atmosphere is a thin layer of gases that surrounds the earth. It is held in its place by the gravitational pull of the earth. It protects us from the electromagnetic radiation as well as the ultraviolet rays of the sun. It holds the oxygen that is very essential to breathe. Without atmosphere, there could be no life on this planet. Now you can say it is an envelope of air around us. Let us see the important features of the air. Air has weight. We can prove it by taking an empty football bladder and a air filled football bladder. By weighing them, we can understand air filled football bladder is heavier than the empty bladder, and due to this weight it exerts pressure. As the temperature increases, it means air becomes lighter, so it moves upwards because it is hot air. Cold air is dense and heavier, that's why it moves downwards. Now student, I am showing you the diagram of the composition of the atmosphere. Look at this diagram very carefully. Here you can see nitrogen constitutes a major portion, 78% of the total volume of the atmosphere. Oxygen is only 21% of the atmospheric volume, and remaining 1% is divided among different gases like CO2, carbon dioxide, argon, helium, etc. Now students, I am going to tell you about the structure of the atmosphere. But before telling the structure, I would like to ask you one question. What is the percentage of nitrogen in the air?
Sir, 78%.
Very good. So the atmosphere is divided into layers according to major changes in temperature. Gravity pushes the layers of air down on the Earth's surface, and each layer has a zone of marked change in composition and temperature. You can see it in diagram also. So there are several pauses in between. Now for understand and know about a lot of things about the structure of the atmosphere, we see its diagram. Students, see the first layer. It is the first layer, troposphere, extends up to 18 km above the equator. Here temperature decreases with the increasing altitude, means height, of 1 degree Celsius for every 165 meter. All weather phenomena takes place here only. Now look at the second layer. Its name is stratosphere. It covers up to 50 km height. This layer absorbs the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun, and most of the planes fly just above the tropopause to avoid weather disturbance. The third layer is mesosphere. It has high clouds that shine at night. They are formed due to presence of cosmic dust. Sometimes you have seen meteors also burn in this layer due to air resistance and friction in the presence of oxygen. Next layer is thermosphere. Radio waves transmitted from the earth are reflected back to the earth by this layer only. It is very helpful in wireless and satellite communication system. And the last layer is exosphere. Exists up to the height, you can say, above 1600 km. But about this layer, very less information is available. Students, why the atmosphere important? It is essential for both plants and animals life, because it contains life sustaining gases like oxygen. Oxygen is very important gas for us also, for taking breath also. Carbon dioxide, CO2, nitrogen in photosynthesis process, plants needs it. And ozone layer protect us from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Weather and climate. What is weather and what is climate? What is the difference between the weather and climate? Weather actually is the hour-to-hour and day-to-day condition of the atmosphere. It can be changed at short intervals. For examples, just now it is raining, suppose that, but after few hours it will be sunshine. It will be the weather. Climate, it is the average of temperature and weather pattern of a particular region over a specific period, like summer, autumn, etc. Students, the temperature is the measure of heat or cold. The absorption of heat energy by the earth from the sun is known as insolation, and the places close to the equator receives more heat energy as compared to the poles, because poles are very distant places. Air pressure, the weight of air exert pressure on the Earth's surface. I told you in the beginning, in the properties of air, the air has weight also. So this weight create pressure. We call it air pressure. It may be various due to changing temperature and humidity, change in altitude, etc. We all know about wind. We feel it also. Variation in pressure conditions on the Earth's surface result in horizontal movement of the air, that is called wind. Wind are having different types. As you know, here the three types are mentioned: permanent wind, periodic winds and local winds. So the planetary or permanent winds which blow in a particular direction constantly throughout the year, they are known as permanent winds. And they are again categorized in three parts: the trade winds, the westerlies, the polar wind. Number 2, periodic winds. These are the winds which blow regularly during a particular period of day or year in a specific direction. Means direction should also be specific, not means all the any direction. For example, sea breeze, land breeze, monsoon breeze. And last one is local winds, number 3. The winds which develop as a result of local differences in temperature and pressure are known as local winds. They blow over a small area for a short period of time. Moisture, or you can say humidity. Air contains a large amount of water vapor. Heat and wind cause evaporation of water. Think about, for example, think about your school time. After games period, when you sweat a lot and come back under the fan of your classroom, the sweat evaporates and you feel cool, you can say comfortable. So the air absorbs water vapor. The amount of water vapor in the air is called humidity. Clear, students? What is humidity?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Students, now I am asking one more question. Just now I told you about this. Tell me the types of winds.
So there are 3 types of winds: permanent winds,
Yes.
periodic winds,
Yes.
and local winds.
Very good. So now we will proceed the next, dew point. What is dew point? It is the temperature actually at which air is saturated with water vapor, which is in the gaseous state of water. A state of saturation exists when the air is holding maximum amount of water vapor possible at the existing temperature and pressure. That is called dew point. Students, see the picture of clouds and it gives you sometimes question is also arise in your mind, how the clouds are formed. What are clouds actually? Clouds are minute condensed droplets of water, or you can say ice, suspended in the air. They are formed when water vapor cools after rising and condenses in the air. After that, precipitation is occurred. I will tell you about the precipitation also. Precipitation. Water droplets suspended in the clouds join together, then after grow in size and float in the air. When air cannot hold them, understood? When the air cannot hold them, they fall down under the force of gravity as raindrops. Basically, there are three types of rainfalls. First one is conventional rainfall. When the air heats due to sun's energy, as you know, sun gives us energy. When the air heats due to sun's energy, it expands and rises. As the air rises, it cools and condenses. As you know, hot air moves upwards. So as the air rises and it cools, then after condenses, then after clouds form and rainfall will occur. It is called conventional rainfall. Number 2, orographic rainfall. Orographic rainfall means when moisture in air is lifted as it moves over a mountain range. It rises and cools. Orographic clouds form and serves as the source of precipitation. As the leeward side of the mountain ranges is usually low and area is called rain shadow area, just like Ladakh. I told you about this in any video previously also about the rain shadow. Now the third one is cyclonic rainfall. When winds converge towards a low pressure center from all sides. When cold and warm air currents, means cold currents as well as the warm currents meet at a particular point, warm air is being lighter, rises above. I told you warm air is always light, it goes upwards, and cold air is means expanded downwards. So warm air cools on rising and condenses along the path of the cyclone. It is accompanied by lightning, thunder. It is called cyclonic rainfall. So I think, students, this part is clear. Even if you are having any query, you can ask me in comment. Now move to what's the questions. Students, answer the following questions. What I am giving you here, you have to write down their answers in your notebook and show me when the school will reopen, all the students. So here the first question is, what is atmosphere? Second one is, name any two features of air. Number 3, what is wind? Number 4, define dew point. And number 5, what is precipitation? Mention its types. All the answers you will get in the slides or in the video explanation part. So it is sufficient for today. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Again, thank you.